July 22nd, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topics are the Taipei-Shanghai City Forum and Taiwan Legislative Yuan uses Huawei's inverters. First, I want to talk about the Taipei-Shanghai City Forum. The Taipei-Shanghai Twin City Forum is being held virtually at 10 a.m. today. Taipei Mayor Wen-je and Shanghai Mayor Gong-zhen attended the forum via video conferencing. And this is the first official exchange between Taiwan and China since the COVID-19 outbreak. I think the focus of today is whether Wen-je will mention his famous slogan, 两岸一家亲, two sides of the strait are one family or not. Well, in fact, he did mention the one family, but in different way. He said one family together is better than one family of enemies. 一家亲总比一家仇好. So the slogan of two sides of the strait are one family has become one family together is better than one family of enemies. So he did mention one family, but he did not mention two sides of the strait are one family. So, do you get it? Well, my interpretation for this is that he's trying to avoid saying that Taiwan and China is one family. Most importantly, I think Wen-je said something to show his friendly gesture to China. In an interview today, he said that he did not agree with using ideology to increase the hatred between cross-strait just to accomplish personal and political interests. There are several points. A, just a few hours before the Twin City Forum, Shanghai government appointed the acting mayor Gong-zhen as the city's mayor. Gong-zhen is the brother-in-law of the current vice premier Liu He, and he's known as Xi Jinping's special envoy. B, the theme of the forum is intercity disease prevention and economic cooperation. Well, I'm surprised that Chinese state media stated that Chinese epidemic prevention is stricter than Taiwan. Well, I just have to say that Shanghai City has 733 confirmed cases and 7 deaths, but Taiwan as a country as a whole has only 455 confirmed cases and 7 deaths. I have no idea why they said that China did better than Taiwan. C. There was a saying that the Twin City Forum might replace the 国共论坛 KMT Communist Forum. Why? One of the reasons is because the new chairman of the KMT, Jiang Qichen, refused to discuss the 92 consensus. So China is looking for someone who will be more responsive to their position. And they think it might be Wen-je. But Wen-je said that he didn't think too much about it. Seems that he's trying to keep a low profile. In my opinion, Wen-je has to strike a balance between Taiwan and China. China does agree, with this position of whose two sides of the straits are one family. But the Taiwanese people don't. Well, Mayor Ke has to present a clear China policy. Otherwise, there's no way for him to run for the presidential elections in 2024. Second issue I want to talk about is Taiwan Legislative Yuan uses Huawei solar inverters. How could a Legislative Yuan use Huawei solar inverters? Well, it is because of solar panels. The Legislative Yuan started using solar panels in 2017, and they can generate like 100,000 kilowatt hours per year, which is enough for power 28 households for an entire year. Unexpectedly, they discovered the power inverters were made by Huawei, and these inverters could allow Chinese hackers to interfere with the Taiwan's power supplies. So the Legislative Yuan Secretary General Lin Zhijia stated immediately that they would replace these panels. Here are the top stories. Today we have 0 confirmed cases. Talking about a Hong Kong issue, Hong Kong protesters gathered on July 21st to mark the first anniversary of Yuen Long attack. And the pro-democracy protesters dressed in white held sticks and watermelon on their hands to mark an incident that took place 1 year ago, which armed crowd wearing white shirts attacked passengers in the train station and the police apparent failure to prevent it. And there were hundreds of riot police door of around the Yoho Mall and Yuen Long train station yesterday. And the police arrested 5 protesters on suspicion of violating the new law, obstructing police in the execution of their duties and violating a court-imposed curfew. Also, the officers fined 79 people for social distancing violations. Among the 5 protesters, one of them was a Democratic Party lawmaker, Ted. We're talking about him, and actually who was accused of being uncooperative as they tried to search his belongings. As relations between UK and China have continued to sour on multiple fronts, and U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo arrived in London ahead of the meeting with Boris Johnson. A Downing Street spokesman said that pair did discuss global security and foreign policy issues, including China's actions in Hong Kong and Xinjiang. Pompeo praised UK for getting tough on China attack. He talked to the UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab, and Pompeo said that you've made a sovereign decision to ban Huawei from future 5G networks. You've joined other free nations to condemn China's broken promises on the side of the British treaty. According to the source, Pompeo was also planning to meet the pro-democracy activist Nathan Law, Luo Guancong, who recently fled Hong Kong, and the former governor of Hong Kong Law, Chris Patten, Peng Dingkang. Additionally, U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper pledged continued arms sales to Taiwan. He said that People's Liberation Army activities in the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea are destabilizing and increase the risk of miscalculations. We will continue arms sales to Taiwan and carrying out freedom of navigation exercise in the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea. Unless, President of Paraguay rebuffed China to stand by Taiwan. President of Paraguay, Benitez, has publicly stated that as Taiwan was the country's only real friend, he had turned down the attempt from Beijing to convince it to switch recognition. MOFA spokesperson Oh Jong-an, and she said the MOFA is deeply grateful for this. We will continue to deepen the friendly and cooperative relations between Taiwan and Paraguay in various fields. In the end, I want to share with you, President Tsai just used the triple stimulus voucher yesterday. As I said that about a triple stimulus voucher is 3倍券. You can pay NT 1,000 to get an NT 3,000 voucher. You can see that this is President Tsai. She bought some delicious food in Xinjiang market. Wow, these are all very nice, rice noodle and everything like that. So these food are also the attack from Taiwan. That would be the view for today. I'm Catherine Chang. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll see you tomorrow.